Well, hello. I thought I would do an unboxing of a Vaisala HM70 that I've been waiting for my customer. Humidity is one of those measurements that, let's say the specifications are fairly broad. I remember saying to the Vaisala rep one day, some of our other lower cost humidity instruments have a similar specification. Why are the Vaisala so much dearer? He pulled out a certificate that came with one of our instruments that we had and said, when you can show me a cert like that, I'll take your point as valid. And it was a very good point, because over a good 5 years, this instrument has been completely roller flat. So just keep in mind when you're looking at the humidity, specs are not always specs. So this is the HM70. Its claim to fame is multiple. One is that it's designed to be able to calibrate other units. Its accuracy is such that you can use it in a factory. If you have fixed in situ devices, you can wander around with this one and do the measurements. Now in this case, my customer is mounting it through a wall. He's in a non-breathable atmosphere, so he's using a kit to put the probe through the wall to measure the humidity. And here is the HM70. The other claim to fame of this unit, amongst others, is its temperature range and its ability to deal with difficult environments. Its little brother, the HM40, can deal with 60-degree humidity, and it will recover from 100% humidity. Many instruments will not. At 100% condensing humidity, one can get moisture forming on the sensors of the probe. In the case of the Vaisala HM40, that will recover 100%, no problem. The HM70, the top-end model, not only does that, but also has the option of a heated probe, such that you can have, in condensing humidity, you can still keep measuring with a heated probe that makes the dew point much higher than the temperature that it will be. This one that this customer has ordered is a sintered, very finely sintered stainless steel mesh, such that they can put it through the wall. So it comes with a USB lead, so that you can plug the unit without the HM70 itself directly into the computer and use the computer both to read the data and to set it up. If we look at the actual specifications, and as I say, some of these have to be taken with a grain of salt. The HM70, it's as factory calibration is done, its maximum uncertainty is 0.6% RH from 0 to 40 degrees Celsius and 1% from 40 to 97% RH. I didn't mention the chemical purge. Remember I said that you can use this instrument in some very difficult environments, and we've used it in places like compost manufacturing facilities where the foul air, before it goes to the biofilter, is tested with this device. This is what they call a HumiCap sensor, and it's something quite special. It's not like anything else you'll see in other instruments. It's so good, for example, that it's used not only on this planet. On the Mars Perseverance rover, there are Vaisala humidity instruments. HumiCap is, of course, a brand name of Vaisala, but it's quite common. It's quite common to see other much more simple capacitive types on lower cost instruments. The HM40, by way of example, is 1.5% from 0 to 90% at 40 degrees C and 2.5 at 90 to 100. Now, one of our other brands that we sell, which is actually a very good instrument, has a much more generic specification, and this is typically what you'll see. The specification for our other top-end non-Vaisala unit has a specification of plus or minus 2% RH. no mention of temperature, no mention of at what range that's measured. You'll see when you're looking at real specifications a graph that looks like this, where we have changing accuracy based on temperature and based on humidity levels as well. It's a moving target. So when you see a generic specification like a flat statement of plus or minus 2%, there may be a degree of downhill with a tailwind type measurements. Anyway, anything to do with humidity, both installed and fixed, contact us at HM70. We have the Vaisala and we have other brands that are excellent. Just a quick addendum to my video. I realized at one point I lied to you, and this was a sin of omission rather than a sin of commission. In the case of the HM70, one that does need to have the instrument as well as the sensor to connect to a computer. On the other Vaisala standalone probes, that's not the case. You can use the probes direct to USB. So mea culpa maxima. The other thing I failed to mention, which is an important point, was the high temperature range of the HM70 is 180 degrees with certain probes attached. I'll say that again, 180 degrees. That's some serious temperature. So that's my addendum. Oh, and one other piece of errata. I think I mentioned incorrectly that one can measure the humidity while the heated probe is operating. That's not strictly so. While the heating is on, it's not possible, but it will recover and do away with any humidity that is on the probe, any condensing moisture. All right, thank you, bye.